Yo, what's up, viewer, and welcome to today's BTS. BTS is an abbreviation for behind the scenes, if you did not know. I'm not talking about that band that was created by Squid Games. You know Squid Games? Yeah, they made like the soundtrack and stuff for that. Yeah, I know.
Shut the hell up and eat a cinnamon roll.
Well, that's not true. That's not a fact. I just made that up. But anyway, today's BTS will be focusing on the film that I just made, my last film to just have come out, which is non-stop motion. I know, it's a good pun because it has stop motion, because that's what my films are. They're stop motion, so it's like non-stop motion, you know, because they don't stop. They do stop moving actually a lot in it, but non-stop motion to referring how it's a fight scene. Before we completely start this video off, I'm just gonna remind you guys to like and subscribe if you want to. Specifically, just like. If you don't want to subscribe, I understand, because it is kind of annoying if I post a video that you don't want to watch. If any YouTuber posts a video that you don't want to watch, it's kind of just annoying just to see it pop up. So if you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe, but please like the video. It wouldn't hurt, and it definitely doesn't hurt me because it helps me, please, because it helps my videos get out more so I can get more views, leading to me having my ego grow eventually, so I don't, but like not so much that I turn into 2017 rice gum. I don't know. But other than that, let's start getting into the main point of the video, today's BTS. I'm gonna split it up into 4 sections like usual, or 3. Was it? No, 4. No, 3. Was it 3 or 4? Hold on, I gotta look that up. Hey guys, future me here to interrupt my stupid past self that had to look up through my own YouTube videos whether I know what I'm actually doing for today's video. Well, before my past me gets into future me's actual BTS, let's talk, this is a cooking segment. I'm gonna teach you how to spaghetti. Okay, bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our first ever cooking segment. As you can tell, I'm obviously a very good chef. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to make gluten-free mac and cheese. So of course what you need is going to be your scoop, your scissors, your switch-to-cut.
What do you mean by that?
And your pizza cutter. And a plate, of course. So if you look at the ingredients, so I think this is gonna go really well. I think in today's video, I'll just be teaching you guys how to make this. It'll turn out really well. Trust me, it'll taste great when I'm done with it. See, professional cook. See that, guys? Look at all that meat.
What do you mean by that?
So now what you want to do with this obviously now freshly made spaghetti, you want to put it in your microwave. You want to put it on for, clear that, put it on for 2 minutes. I should probably put something on top.
What the dog do? What the dog do? What the dog do?
So what you want to do now is you take, take it, completely natural whole grain fruit. Right there. Oh. Thanks a lot, guys. You suck. Anyway, so what you want to do now is you want to wait for it to cool down. Maybe you want to add a little bit of stuff in it. Look at that. Oh, that actually went in.
Well, no shit.
So now what you have here is, ow.
Wow!
Yeah, guys, that's how you're gonna make a whole. Get out of the kitchen. That's not. To begin, like usual, I'm just gonna talk about the characters and how I made them. You know, stuff like that. Obviously, for this part, it's very simple because you know they're all human characters. There's nothing special about these designs, other than maybe their clothing, because they're all the same. It's like, the only hard part about making these characters was just making the same suit like 6 times, because that was really boring. For the wire, I don't twist 2 little wires. I actually buy a very long strand of just one singular thick wire. It's a lot easier and faster to make figures that way. I don't know why I never did that before, because I used to take 2 thin wires and just wrap them up to make a big thick one, when literally every time I went to the store, right next to those little wires would be like the same width of 3 of the little wires wrapped together at the same time. This is my first film that I pretty much started using that for my human characters. I know it's not very helpful that I explain it like this, but there's no really other way for me to explain it other than wrapping it in foam to get a somewhat human-looking mass and then just making clothes. The way I found out how to make clothes, I just looked up videos made by actual professionals on how to make miniature clothes, and then I kind of just based it off that and then just did my own thing with it. So, you know, take what you want from that. So off the topic from the human characters, let's talk about the set design now. This set was actually like really fun to make, just because just out of nowhere I was about to go to sleep and I just had this insane idea to do just like a really energetic fight scene in like a cubicle office. Like I had this little imaginative scenario where it was just this guy who was like wearing really colorful clothing. He was just beating up all these like generic office worker looking dudes. It was just funny. So I really wanted that to just be one of my films, because every time I've done a fight scene, there's always been something wrong with it that I really don't like. So I always feel bad because there's always something super unsatisfying about every fight that I've posted, except this one actually. I really enjoy this fight scene, so this will probably be the only fight scene that I am gonna do for a while. At least the only film fight scene that's like literally the whole point of it being the fight scene. But yeah, the set design was super fun. Everything that you see is cardboard other than the floor. Every little thing. All the set. The floor is just felt and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of it. It's just so it looks like carpet. Everything else is literally just cardboard hot glued together in different ways, just to, you know, give it the visual interpretation that it's different objects when it's really literally all cardboard. It's a good thing a lot of the walls weren't actually destroyed, which is nice, so I can use these really big pieces of cardboard to make walls for my next film that I'm actually already working on, so get ready for that. And then speaking of my next film, I already posted like a little teaser in the community tab, so, you know, go look at that. And yes, it's Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, if you're wondering. Yeah, it's Freddy, so yeah, get excited for that. But we're not even talking about that, you know, we're talking about this film, which is really cool. I really like this film. Let's talk about the story. Now, speaking of story, there is no story, literally. I didn't come up with a story. I've never scripted any one of my films. I don't have a storyboard. I've maybe like made 2, but I never finished any of them. You know, I'd always make the beginning, and then I'd mostly keep to it, and then I would just read it dead end, and then I would just go off from that point. But most of the time I don't even have a script to go off because I don't like writing scripts. For this one, I knew that I wanted a little introductory scenario for it to just be a one-on-one before the main guy fought 6 guys at one time. So I thought the beginning part was cool. There was, you know, like I said, there really isn't a story to be told other than it just being a very long fight scene. I guess I shouldn't say that. I should say that there is kind of a little story, but it's not really explained at all other than in the description, which nobody reads, I'm assuming. The guy in green, the main character, is supposed to have like broken into like an evil corporation, or just whatever you want to see it as. It's just like a big scary tower, I imagine it as, like the main villain's dark lair from Lego movie. I don't know. This is the first floor, and maybe I might make some sort of sequel, some sort of trilogy, maybe eventually. I don't know. Where like this is this guy going to different floors and fighting different varieties of bad guys, just so that, like, you know, every time I want to make a fight scene, I just have an excuse to make a story. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just, you know, guy goes into evil corporation, beats up other bad guys from evil corporation, and goes into elevator at the end because he beat up the bad guys from evil corporation. You know, standard Hollywood movie. That's the complete end of the story. That's pretty much it. So I'll move to my next segment. Okay, for the fourth part, I'm gonna be talking about how I edited the film. This is like the green screen effects and just like the music, stuff like that. You know, any like sound design or visual design that isn't the base film. So I'll just talk about the visual aspect first. So as you probably noticed, there is a lot of small little details of visual editing, like in the beginning when there's a bunch of slow-mo scenes of bullets going by. It was obviously very reminiscent of Matrix, because I had actually just watched the Matrix trilogy with my family, so, you know. But yeah, in the beginning, that's probably my favorite part, is the little scene of the slow-mo of the guy pulling out his gun, and then it shoots a bullet out, because I think I did a really well job, not to toot my own horn, but I'm really proud of myself when it came to this, because the lighting effect while it's shot, I think it just looks really, really good. And yeah, I tried to make the gunshots look realistic somewhat. Obviously, I don't think a pistol gunshot would actually look like that, but you know, it's like sci-fi, so I didn't really think it mattered, which it doesn't, because it's just freaking stop motion. So yeah, but I tried to incorporate like a flash of light in the actual film every time someone shot, so that I knew when someone shot while editing, and so that it looked good when the muzzle flash actually went off, and it actually like produces light from the gun, so it looks a lot better, which I think it does, and I think I'm I'm obviously very, very proud of it. You know, like all the muzzle flashes and like explosions, like slow-mo explosions, are all just like free green screen assets that I find on YouTube. I just look up like royalty-free explosion green screen, or just royalty-free muzzle flash green screen, you know, just stuff like that. Now I'm going to get into the audio aspect of the editing. I'll start off with my part, which is just normal sound design. It was really, really fun doing the sound design. I usually don't actually like doing the sound design for my films, but for this one, it was just really fun, considering how I felt the need to look for like a bunch of new sound effects.